Okay, what's going on? Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I had a little bit of problem logging into this thing, but we did it. Okay. Jade,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing amazing.
I'm so
So,
excited because I just ordered a microphone and it came in literally like 30 minutes ago. I was like,
oh
yay.
yeah. What microphone did you get?
The Snowball by Logitech, I think is the brand.
Okay, cool. Snowball by Logitech.
It had like 30,000 4.5-star reviews, so we'll give it a shot.
Okay. It sounds good. It sounds like it's working.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Cool. So, we wanted to Jade and I wanted to do another live, and we're still getting some questions. We want to give some answers, right? Some do like a little what do you call this? Like synopsis of what we're going to talk about for the next 3 hours. Okay. So we want to talk about the deals that we're doing, how Jade is locking up like 4 or 5 deals a month. And we want to talk about how you can send us deals, send us sub to or seller finance deals. And some of the things that we're doing, how you can go find those deals, how you can bring them to us, how you can have those conversations. And I think that was it. Because we're getting a lot of conversation, we're getting a lot of questions on what does it look like if I bring you a deal? Right? Right, Jade?
Yep. Hi from Dubai. That's dope.
Abel, you're in Dubai? Holy moly. Okay, cool. So, if you let's see, where is everybody living? Is anybody on Jade's YouTube right now? Okay, cool. You kicked me off my LinkedIn. Love it.
Okay, my thought was, who's gonna watch that on LinkedIn?
One of my old, so I stream to YouTube, Facebook, and uh, oh, Abel. I was like, what is he talking about? YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and just somebody that follows me on LinkedIn signed up for Sub Two like a month ago.
Oh, okay,
Old car wash guy. Anyway,
nice.
Abel, he's closing on one of our deals in Fort Worth tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Abel, you'll see the HUD today. I just got off the phone with Title about it. Yeah. So, anyway, Jade kicked me off my LinkedIn. That's okay.
It would only let us do 3, so LinkedIn had to go.
Okay, cool. Cool. So we have a few people on Jade's YouTube. I love it. Jade, what's your YouTube? Is it Jade Not So Jaded or what is it?
Yeah, it's the same as my Instagram on my name on the screen.
YouTube at not so jaded. Cool. Well, hey, I thank you all for showing up. It looks like people are going to get value out of this, or they're excited about what we had to talk about. So, right now, Jade, I lost count of what the team has right now. Let me go to Slack. We just got one signed in Burleson, right?
Yeah,
I
we
haven't really
should
been
be getting
working.
one burn today.
So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 14 in escrow. No. 12. Sorry, 12 in escrow. And Jade, we're gonna have to cancel that 3-acre deal.
Yeah, I figured. That's okay.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So we have a deal that's in. I don't care to talk about it because it's in McKinney. It's a flip. It's a cash deal. It's not creative at all, but I think it was a decent price. Just we can't. The agent won't let us view the house, or it's very hard to get her to show it. It's vacant. She wants to be there while we look at it, or have another agent there, and so it's hard for us to get a viewing to have contractors look at it or whatever, and so we can't continue in closings tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really, it's my fault because we had a lot going on at once, and I just wasn't able to keep up with the inspection period and all that stuff. So this is helping me get better, and I'm sorry that we are losing it, Jade. I think it's my fault. I'm gonna take the blame 100%. Just I wasn't able to do what I need to do.
Is that why we're gonna? I saw you put a video out looking for a dispo person. So are we looking for someone that will like keep up with that?
Yeah. Exactly. So a dispo person. Abel, I sent it to you, buddy. It was that 3 acres in McKinney. It's a cash deal. It's a flip. If you want it, I need to know like literally right now.
Can you close tomorrow?
You got to close tomorrow. Yeah. So Carlos is asking, do you accept investors on flips or other types of investments for share of profit? Yeah. So like if Jade found a sub two that we want to keep, or a seller finance that we want to keep, and we need $30,000 to close it, Carlos, yes, we will help you, or we want to partner with you. If you bring that $30,000, we'll split it with you. I think that's what you're asking.
If you guys have any questions along the way, you can put it in the chat and we'll answer questions that pop up.
So we have a couple deals. I just want to talk about the stuff that we're doing right now. So Jade, you have one in Colleen. You have one in pulling this up. Abilene. The Abilene one just got assigned.
Mm-hmm. Walking that one today.
Okay, you're gonna go walk it today. Perfect.
Yep.
Let's see here. What else are you working on?
We have one in Ohio that's not closing until November. We have
that one. We're looking for it to be vacant, right?
Yes. Yeah. The tenants have to get out.
Yep. So we're just waiting for the tenants to end their lease and find somewhere else to live, and then we can close in November.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we're closing one tomorrow in DeSoto.
DeSoto. Yep. We are waiting on the not the payoff, but the reinstatement. DeSoto, okay. We're waiting for the reinstatement. We need the seller to ask for that from their mortgage company.
What's typical profit split you guys give to investors?
Carlos, that's a deal by deal basis. So it just depends on what it is, right? So for instance, if it's a wrap, I typically just split 50-50 with that person, right? but it depends. Like, let's say it's an Airbnb and you're just going to bring the money and we're going to find the deal. We're going to run the Airbnb. We're going to blah, blah, blah. We're going to actually run the thing. Then the split will be lower for the investor who brings the money. Just depends. So, or a midterm rental. If you're just splitting the midterm rental, if you were bringing the money and then splitting the profits, but we're having to run the midterm rental, it's just different. It's going to be more work. So it's literally deal by deal. But typical, like if it's just, hey, we're going to have a long-term tenant or we're going to have a wrap, I just split 50-50 because there's not much to do. But Airbnb or midterm, there's more turnover, right? That's more work. Finding 3 or 4 tenants for one house versus just one, right? Anyway, great question. Please DM either Jade or myself. We want to take down some properties.
I think the one I know we don't have it under contract yet, but the one in Orchard is an interesting one to talk about, just because I think people have the idea that you can only take over maybe just the mortgage lien. So this one property that we're working on, it has 3 liens on it, or 4? 3 or 4. I think it's 4, including the one we told them we're not going to take.
Yeah.
But this house has 4 loans associated with it. The owner lost his job, can't pay for any of it anymore. And so we're going to take them all over sub 2. And I forgot what the total amount of payment was. It's crazy. I think one alone is over $3,500.
Hold on. Let's answer this question real quick because it's really quick, and then keep going about Orchard. Had an agent in North Carolina that the seller is open, but she has to use the state contract. You don't. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't closed anything in North Carolina. Can you just go to Google and get a North Carolina state contract, Shannon? And we can help you fill that out. We know exactly how to fill out all the state contracts.
Yeah, like in Texas, you can just go to the real estate website and download it on there. But I don't know if every state is like that.
Yeah. Like Georgia, you can't just go download the Georgia contract. You have to have an agent get it for you.
I found it. Yeah, just go to ncrealtors.org and it says offer to purchase and contract. And it's a contract you can download.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And we know how to fill this out. But yeah, the Orchard deal, little scary. Now he wants to wait 2 months, but it's a mortgage, it's a HELOC. The mortgage is low. It's under 3%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like 3%.
Yeah, the HELOC's like 8% or 9%.
Yeah, HELOC is at 8%, and I was like, ugh. But that area that it's in is a appreciating market.
Yeah.
As of right now, with all the liens that we have found we haven't opened title on it, but all the liens that he is telling us, if he sold it, he would have to pay $100,000 to close. And which I find interesting because Jade was telling me he doesn't have money to go get a rental. So What is he thinking?
He just backed himself into this whole. Oh, it's solar panels, right? That's the other one. Solar panels, the HELOC, and then the mortgage, and then he has like $100 a month security system that he wanted us to take too.
Jay, how would you guys go about getting your first rental with $0? I don't know. Jade, how would you do that?
I think you could. So, like, traditionally, you could just go get. Well, I guess I'm thinking in a house hack situation, right? You could buy a duplex traditionally, FHA, use down payment assistance, and then get your closing costs negotiated and come out with $0 potentially. So that's just a traditional way to do it. Second way, we closed a 0 down sub 2 deal a few weeks ago. So you could negotiate to 0 down. Third way is you could bring in private money lenders to cover all your costs so you don't have to bring any money to the table. So those are 3 different ways to go about it that I can think of.
I love it. I like the last one. I like the last thing you said best.
Yeah. Started outreach via DTA. DTA is direct agent for anyone that's not familiar. And
What's
almost
up,
every
Bryce?
agent
Sorry.
responding to my initial message with seller is not open to sub 2 right off the bat before I even send an LOI. I assume this is normal. Yes, it is normal. But when you say responding to your message, I'm guessing that you're texting, which I don't think is a great idea to ask agents, hey, are you open to sub 2? Because of course they're going to say no, right? You're not having a conversation with them. They don't know who you are. They think that you're AI. I've had agents tell me that, oh, I just think AI is texting me and I don't think it's a real person. So if you're texting this stuff, I don't think that's a great way to go about it. I think you need to build rapport. Like I literally got an email this morning. So we've had a call with this agent, emailed back and forth several times, had multiple calls. They emailed me this morning. They say, we have 2 other investment companies that presented offers, but your communication and professionalism put your offer at the top of the list. So how you go about it makes a huge difference when hundreds of people are calling these agents or texting them every day.
So Bryce got with me. Yes. Oh. Bryce got with me. We did REI reply with Bryce. And I don't remember what the first message says exactly, but it is something like, can I send you an LOI? Basically. Yeah. So I think let me look that up. Hold on. Maybe Jay's going to help me real quick. Structure my first message better. Take me 5 seconds to log in. So this is what I say. This might benefit some other people, not to like sign up with my stuff, but if they do that, 716. If they do that, if they have a system, because a lot of people have W-2s, they're trying to get started. They're like, maybe I can just buy a system that can help me, like Astro Blaster, whatever, REI reply, all these things. And what could they say? Here's my first message. It says, happy Thursday. Are you the listing agent for the address? We would love to send over a proposal LOI, just like this. I spoke for Jade for a second, but we'd love to send over a proposal LOI. So, and then what happens is they go, if this is a sub 2 offer, get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right, Bryce? So,
so is the goal to not have actual phone conversations and just find out if it's available, send an offer? Is that the thought? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the term proposal LOI is going to turn off a lot of them just because as a traditional real estate agent, that's not used a lot. So I think that automatically kind of sets up a a red flag where they're like, oh, these are investors and I already know it's sub 2 and I've seen a million of these. And so, because, most agents send over contracts, not LOIs for traditional real estate. So I think that just that verbiage might set them off.
We'd love to send over a contract.
Just say an offer. I'd like to send over an offer. I think that they would be more accepted into that.
Bryce, change it to send over an offer. Send over an offer to you to look at, or just send over an offer?
For you to review. Yeah, either one. Okay, so he has his team then call. So yeah, you could just say, hey, is this still available? And then hop on the phone call. That's the flow from there. Someone said, are y'all mostly focusing on agent outreach, low equity, or any other strategies? Yes, the main focus is agent outreach for low equity, seller finance. We're working on a seller finance right now, and cash. We were talking about at the beginning a cash deal we have. So we'll look at any of those. Most of our deals are low equity, but we're also looking for seller finance and cash deals. Yes, we would get on a call with you and help you lock up a deal for sure.
Michael, message Jade on Instagram.
Yes.
By the way, follow Jade on Instagram. It is _NotSoJaded on Instagram, and go message her to jump on calls.
Yes.
Okay, John, this one's for me. I've been using the Takeover LOI tool. Agents like the terms, but having trouble putting the numbers together on a contract. Okay, so John, you have PropStream. This is what I do for just to get numbers on a contract. I just use PropStream, and then I take the payment. Actually, we should probably do another YouTube about this, like how to draw up a state contract. But I'd want to make it pretty private, or probably do a Zoom on it. But basically, I take a contract and a loan assumption addendum and couple it with the mentorship that we're in sub 2, and mash it all together and make a purchase agreement. But John, I don't remember what state you're in. But basically, I just use like the Texas contract. I edit the loan assumption addendum a little bit because it has credit worthiness stuff on there, and I take that out.
So this one's too about REI reply.
Keisha, I know Keisha. We spoke at one of her conferences before. Keisha, I'm going to send you some videos. I'll send you some videos on what I'm doing, and just kind of use it. If anybody wants those videos, just message me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. It's just a link of videos.
So when you network with a PML, the way to get the returns is through a percentage of equity and or through rental returns.
Yep. Yeah, so we've had a couple of lenders where we had to pay them back at a certain amount of time, let's say 6 months. And me, with no equity, just look at straight, whatever it is, 13%, 15%. And I was smiling at Dana's message. And then, hey, in 6 months, you owe me 15% more, right? Jay, I get really stressed when I do that because I only have 6 months to get all their money back. And I'm like, okay, what if I fail? What if I can't get the extra 15%? What if the down payment from the wrap is only 8% of the deal, and I borrowed the 10%. You know what I'm saying? And so I get stressed. So now, from now on, I'm going to do partners. So no more paying back in 6 months. It's going to be a partnership. You're going to buy equity, whether it's 30%, 50%, whatever it is. So yes, Jay, you'll get the rental returns. And then when we exit, let's say we exit in 3 years or 5 years, you'll get that equity back. You'll get whatever percentage of equity off the sale after we pay off our debts and closing and everything.
Yep.
Cool.
So on the LOI, will we include what is creative and all the details? Yeah, on the ones we send, so we actually have the conversation and underwrite it. We're not sending just blanket offers. So ours is basically, hey, we'll take over for a sub two. We'll take over this X amount mortgage balance. We'll put X amount in seller's pocket, pay X amount to realtor, and pay closing cost. And there's a few other things, but we break it all down in bullet points for the agent.
I'm gonna put a post.
Yes, we want to partner on an 8-unit in Corpus Christi.
Yeah, Keisha, get us the rents, and is it just a cash deal? But get us the rents. What are they currently being rented for, and what are the expenses? And then we'll underwrite it. If you have a deal, oops, I'm speaking for Jade. If you have a deal, send it to jade.thrivemodellc.com. And that is a form to send her deals. And she'll jump on the phone and close it and all the things that it takes, overcoming objections and all those things.
Yep.
Cool.
How are you systematically building more relationships? Agents, brokers, buyers, along with raising capital. Myron.
You're going to laugh at me, but I have a sheet for buyers. I don't have a sheet for agents, but I have a sheet for buyers, for lenders, for people who need lenders, people who are multifamily, that want to do multifamily. I have a sheet for those people. And so systematically, I don't think it's much of a system. It's just Google Sheets, Joel. So just made a Google Sheet and put their name, their email, and their phone number and what they want, or what they have and what they want. And that's it. It's agents and brokers, not so much. We just find listings and talk to those agents. The only thing I do otherwise is if they're in like our REI reply system, our follow-up system, I'll put them into like a follow-up campaign for agents, but it's not, I don't think it's that well thought out. It's just a little system. But Joel, you want to raise money. I think you would do well at raising some money. And so you should start asking people if they want to invest or what they're interested in, and then put their name on a Google Sheet, just so you have you don't say Rolodex, you say, what do you say now? Note in notes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just put them all together so you know who has money or know who's interested in it. I talked to a guy yesterday and he goes, I'm a business owner out here in New York, and I know a lot of people are getting ready to exit their business. And so I'm going to be around a lot of money in the next 5 years. And I'm going to syndicate. I'm going to find a deal and we're all going to syndicate a multifamily together. I'm like, perfect. That's a great idea.
Yeah. I'm working with one agent who told me she received 13 creative offers. She spoke with me for 15 minutes. We're still talking. Keep communicating. Yeah, just because they have a ton of offers doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's just you need to figure out how to be better or do something that the other 13 offers haven't done. And a lot of that just comes down to how well you're communicating it and how well you're building trust with the agent. Because with creative, it comes down to them trusting you and finding you credible. Yeah, Joel, just start with Google Sheets or ARIA Reply that'll automatically do the follow up for you. But Google Sheets is a simple and free way to keep track of stuff. More signed contracts.
Thank you, Dana.
As an agent, I see so many homes sitting on the market. I want to jump in and try. I know agents are so difficult when it comes to creative financing. I even spoke to an agent last week that said it was illegal. Sometimes I wish I wasn't an agent. LOL. Yeah. Agents can be fun. They think I'm trying to hurt the buyer or something. Yeah, I think that just circles back. I mean, some agents you're just not going to be able to talk to. Like, I called one the other day and she actually got hung up twice in one day. The other day, they were both like, I'm not talking to y'all anymore, and hung up on me. So sometimes you get agents that are just closed minded and they're not trying to figure out other options to help their seller. That's fine. You're not going to work with them. You can call this listing whenever it's expired, but you're looking for the agents that are open-minded and want to help their seller and, are at least willing to hear what you have to say. And then once you build that trust, that's what it's going to come down to, and showing them that it's not illegal and that this is something that's a true solution. My email. I don't know why it does it as both of us is typing that in there every time.
At the bottom, it says all.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You can pick yourself if you want.
Is that the same? Yeah,
Yes.
and Joel, I don't know if he's still doing it, but he was calling agents live.
Joel, are you still calling agents with Milanazzo group?
Oh, Steve, we're closing a deal with him tomorrow. He's on the DeSoto deal.
Oh, sweet. Did we do a JV on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I got scared for a second. Okay, cool. Yes. I love it when people get paid. I literally love it. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I do know why, but it's like when Steve brings us a deal and we close it, it's like the best. Like this stuff, literally, it works. It works. Okay.
It's just doing deals with more people too.
Yeah. Like that one we closed. It was with Alan in Power Hour, and we had 5 people on it, I think. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you have structured deals with private money lenders on wraps, please share with us the best way to do it. Have them bring you money, all the closing cost, and partner with them. Do not tell them that you'll pay them back in 6 months, because, gosh, I'm having a hard time saying your name. Let me say, Abhishek. It's hard. Deals are, if it's not in the middle of like a very populated city, it's hard to get that wrap buyer. So we just did one in Montgomery, Texas, which is west of Conroe. And it took us 7 months I think it was 7 months. Carolyn's going to correct me, but to find the buyer. Just nobody. It was a very nice house. It was 2021 build, I believe. and it just sat there. So if you tell people you're going to pay them back in 6 months, and if you don't pay them back in 6 months, what happens? Yo, they could take the house, right? They have a deed of trust that says, if you don't pay me, I can take it. Now, if you're talking to your buddies, they're probably not going to do that. But like, you want to pay people back on time. You want to be known to pay people back. Bottom line, pay people back on time is even better, and not get charged late fees or whatever else. And then you're like, you go to a meetup and you see them and you're like, oh God, that's that person that I borrowed money from and I couldn't pay him back and it was late and all this stuff. And you have a bad meeting and then you can't go out anymore because you don't want to see the person that you aren't paying back. You know what I mean? So like, not that's not happening to me. I'm just saying, like, partner with people on deals instead. That's my advice. That's what I do. That's not what you have to do, but that's what I do.
If a listing says 3% assumable loan, do you guys think it'd be easier to ask them about creative instead? Yeah, usually from what I've seen is like they don't put that on there until they realize they're having a really hard time selling, and then they figured out it's assumable, so they really try hard marketing that. So yeah, I do think it's easier to bring it up since they're already looked into that and open to that idea. Just you have to explain to them why you would do it this way instead of assuming it, because they're going to say, why don't you just go and assume it?
They are, I agree. They're limiting their buyer pool by doing that, because if it's a VA loan, it has to be a VA buyer, right? So yes, for sure. And typically we can pay them the list price, where otherwise they'd get knocked down. And they want someone to assume it because there's not much equity.
Yeah. Yes, Christopher, we are going to be going over that today, right? Yeah.
How to pull list? Sure.
We'll go over how to find the deals. A lot of questions about private money lending.
It's interesting. So what are your strategies? Joel asks, Joel asks, what are your strategies on vetting the lenders and setting the expectations? What do you let them know is protecting them and the benefits they get? So we always do a promissory note and a deed of trust for protection. And Joel, what that means is the promissory note is basically dictating the terms, and the deed of trust says, if I don't do that, what happens? So deed of trust says, what happens if Myron does not perform like he said? You can take the house, you can take the deed, whatever, right? So the promissory note is the lender gets a 30% equity, 30% cash flow, and the deed of trust says if Myron does not perform, they take the house. Or if let's say if it's a lend, like Myron owes them 30,000 plus 10% in 6 months, and if Myron doesn't do that, they can take the deed. How are we vetting? What are your strategies on vetting? So we look for people who, I don't know that it's so much vetting, but it's like, where's their money? It's really, where is their money coming from? I don't want to take someone's last dollar and throw it into a deal. All investments are risk. There's risk involved in all investing. So what if you get a deal, Joel, and you think the long-term rent is $2,000, but it ends up being the tenant comes in at $1,700, and it's a $300 mistake. You know what I mean? And the returns aren't the returns that you thought you were going to get, or you told your lender that you told your private money partner what you were going to get. And there has to be that upfront conversation. Like, this is the comp that I pulled. This is what we're looking at, like line out everything for that person, because they're your partner, not because it's like, I'm going to catch the grand from this person, right? Like, you're looking for partners. You want to do this more than once with the same person if you can, right? So lining out comps, lining out ARVs and all those things. It's like, I know what I'm talking about, but also what happens if we only get, $1,700 on the rent, or what happens if we can only rent the room for $1,200 a room? So learning or getting an underwriter or learning how to underwrite these type of things would really benefit you and show your private money partner that you had done your due diligence. But at the end of the day, there's still risk. Cool.
Yeah, Carlos, we'd love to do some deals with you.
Carlos, can't wait.
Would you pull out equity from your homes to get started, or try to do no money down deals?
What do you have to say, Jade?
The no money down seems easier to me, I guess. Less complicated.
A lot of people pull money from their house to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And they typically have a bigger pockets email address. But
I mean, it's riskier, right? You're risking your own house.
Can you make those payments if you lose all that money? Can you make that payment? But I think some of the issue is no money down deals. Jade, how many no money down deals have we done?
One.
And how long did it take us to get that contract?
Like 2 months.
2 months. What she means, what I was asking her is, like, from the first time we started talking to that seller, that agent, it took us 2 months to get the contract signed. So no money down deals are not literally falling in our lap. Typically, it's around $30,000 to $40,000 to close a deal. But that's with our assignment included. So maybe $20,000 is better. But they're lower properties, lower entry fee deals out there, but not many are zero. Maybe if you talk to your next door neighbor and they just don't want money down, you know what I mean? That might work. Or what Jade said is go get a FHA or something.
Yeah.
But this is what I want to do. You want to hear it? Okay, cool. I want to find a house in Dallas that has a detached garage. So you have a main house and you have a detached garage. I don't use my garage anyway. I'm just going to convert it, put a door in it, or it has a door in it, put like a bed and everything in it, a kitchen and and make a little, what's it called?
Like an apartment.
Yeah, like a little apartment or Airbnb thing. I'm like, dang, that's going to be our next house. I want a little. So if you're going to pull equity out of your house, convert your garage. And make it a little thing.
Yeah.
If you have a detached garage.
Yeah, I think it'd make more sense. I mean, if you're thinking about pulling out equity, just go do a few wholesale deals and use that cash to put into your rental. That's what I would do. How do you approach the conversation with an agent on a creative deal when cold calling them for the first time? Do you have a script, question flow that gets them to open up and not immediately shut down the conversation? Yeah. If you go to my YouTube, I make calls every Wednesday. And yesterday I did that and had 4 conversations that all went really well. And I pitched creative on every single one of those calls. So that might be helpful for you to go look at. I don't have a script. I just flow, but I mean, so pitching creative, I don't just pitch it. I tell a third party story, and I'm figuring out how, like during the conversation, I'm figuring out how creative is actually going to help them, and then I use a third party story to tell the agent that, if that makes sense.
Love it.
But that video would probably be helpful to go watch.
And your YouTube is _not-so-jaded?
Yes, right there on my screen name.
Cool.
Let me know if you need help with that agent, Jay. Thanks, Steve. So, what was the trick on getting a credit partner to buy traditionally and sub-2ing from them?
Where was this? Joel, I made some post. I was responding to somebody. I think it was in creative.
On
and
the Zillow.
Like, huh?
It was like on the Zillow post, right? That's where y'all were talking about it? Okay,
Yeah. Yep. So I've seen this done a couple times. I haven't done it, but it's basically what Joel is saying is you get someone to qualify for the loan and close it. So it's like a VA or an FHA, first time home buyer, second time home buyer. You give them some money, give them a fee, and you can take over those payments. I think there's a seasoning. You want to season it a little bit, but I think after, I don't remember exactly what it was, 6 months or 4 months, you close again, you take over the payments.
Yeah.
And so Joel, that in the sub-2 mentorship, there is a course based on that, just informational purposes, how someone has done that.
Would y'all be able to go over a deal that didn't work and why? I find that learning what deals don't look like just as valuable. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hold on. I want Steve's making a good point. Caution on that.
Mhm.
Lenders do that as straw borrower. So so it's straw borrower is like, what is the intent of you getting money from me as the lender, right? Is the intent real, right? So straw means like a straw man, like it's not real, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, look that up. You don't want to get hit for fraud. I think that's a fraud type of thing, but
yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Jade, let's talk about a deal that didn't work. Talk about Flint.
Nothing to say. Flint fell out, yeah, on the day of closing. That didn't work because it was just the entry fee was too high and for the area, right? Because I think it was pretty far from stuff going on. And I don't know, you probably have more insight on what the feedback was from people on that, but that was my understanding. It was too far out and the entry fee was too high to justify that.
Flint is west of Tyler, right? It's a little lake town. There's a lake. I think it's called Flint Lake. I'm not sure. This wasn't far from the lake. I think you could just walk over to it, but the rental comps were very low against the PITI. The PITI was a little higher, and the feedback that I got was it doesn't cash flow. I can't long-term rent it. I can't midterm rent it. I can't really Airbnb it. What do I do with this thing other than live in it? And it's not really a wrap market. It's a lower population. So just the investment to put, I forgot what the entry fee was already. Let's say 30,000. I don't remember. Just people were saying it doesn't make a lot of sense. And so the thing about us is like, we'll try things, not at the expense of other people's pain or anything, but like, we want to try to help the seller. We want to try to help the agent. And if we can just take a shot at it, then we will. Gosh, we've canceled. I feel like I've been feeling this. Like we've canceled like 4 deals in the last 30 days. Like I've never had to do that, but our volume is up. There are a lot more people that are entertaining this type of strategy, subject to. So it's either I got to get better at dispo, find a dispo person, get better at it, or get better at, we need to find better deals. So it's probably both things, but yeah.
So going back, for anything you would have like restructured in that deal, or would you have just not locked it up at all?
Not restructured. I don't think so, because there's not really much you can do on the payment. I mean, the payment is the payment. It was really the problem was the exit. Like, what are we going to do with this thing?
Yeah.
It's not a strong wrap market. It's like a little lake town.
Yeah.
So, no, I think it was just one of those things. We just didn't have a buyer. What I should have done is gone deeper in that market to find more buyers. My buyer pool in that market's really low in Tyler, and I just didn't get it. I didn't get enough eyeballs on it. That's what I think was most of the problem. I just didn't have enough eyeballs on it, and the exit was a little harder. So I think it would have been nice. It was a nice house. Someone could just live there.
I know. I thought about it, but I'm like, that's too far out.
It is too far. No, you can't do that. Joel says, I've been seeing people using credit partners for DSCR and traditional buying for rentals, like my friend Jesse. How will numbers work usually for these? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You should reach out to, Joel, reach out to Sonia King. She's on our team as well. She does credit. She's a credit partner. So she could probably answer those questions for you.
Yeah. She would love that.
She would.
Just put her phone number up.
I don't know if she would love that.
No, she's just kidding.
I need better systems. Well, you got the integrator right here on the screen.
Yeah, Gabriel, just message me on Instagram. We can chat about it, or I can actually message me for those REI reply videos just to like see how I break things down.
New filters.
He's talking about what would we do differently. Should we get new filters? I don't know, Alex, what do you think? Should we get new filters? Alex Penaloza runs our REI reply. Alex, how many multifamily deals are we working right now?
A lot.
Dude, there's so many.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing is, like, I personally haven't seen a deal on market workout that's a hybrid. But I think the risk you run in not pulling the higher equity ones is just because we think that it has a lot of equity doesn't mean that it does. Like the Orchard one, right? On just looking on PropStream, it might look like it has $100,000 in equity, but you find out this guy has 4 liens against it and he has negative $100,000. So I think you can change the filters, but you run the risk of losing out on those deals.
I think if you were going to just like snipe deals and just like make calls off like a small list, you can, what do you call? You can
Niche down.
niche it. Yeah, niche down. Couldn't think of the word niche. Niche down to have like 15 to call. But if like Alex, we're running a bunch. And so I want to open it up. And for me, it's like open it up and talk to a lot more agents, because like Priscilla has 2 or 3 or now she just gave us a third one, or not give us a third one, but she's looking at a lot of deals as an agent and they're not listed. And what would be so dope, so Priscilla messaged me on Instagram this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. My dream is to have agents message me on Instagram. It's like the best thing that ever happens. It makes my day. You cannot ruin my day. If that happens, you cannot ruin my day. Anyways, having Priscilla message me was really, really brightened my day. So, by the way, if you're not working on your branding and working on your Instagram to have agents message you like Priscilla did, and Jade is working on her Instagram. Your Instagram is like doing good. I like
I'm
it.
trying.
You're doing great. Anyways, yeah. Dang, I forgot what I was talking about at first. But yeah, we're on list. Alex, we're pulling a wider net so that we can talk to more and try to get some off-market deals. What if you had just agents sending you deals instead of messaging them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. If you're just trying to knock out a few, like whenever I do the Wednesday calls, I niche it down to really low equity because I want it to be that type of call. But yeah, if you're trying to do lots of volume, you may not want to niche it down that much. Joel says, how much cash are you guys going for those free and clear high equity? I'm seeing a ton of cash buyers still. Like, what price point are we going to? Is that the question?
Joel, we have like a little formula for cash deals that we make offers that basically it's like a middle finger emoji that they send back to us. And then we start negotiating from there. Percentage of ARV. It depends on the market, but I think I pulled a 70% ARV and then I basically cut them down by 60 grand or something like that, depending on the listing price. I think it's a safe bet to say I'm giving them, or I'm offering $100,000 lower than list, and then we work up. Jade, I want to do another live on that system and how we're using it. Okay. Have you used it yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We'll do that.
Was this 3-hour live going to focus on the trip to Montana at all? No, not necessarily. This live is more about doing some Q&A and talking about how to get deals, how we're finding deals, how people can work with us, or just go find creative deals in general. I do miss Montana though.
Yeah, it was so cool. I will not forget this. So like when we started 2 years ago, two and a half years ago, I would literally just sit there and watch Jerry Norton make calls for hours. And he's the flipping genius, right? And so he would pay the agent both sides, right? That's his thing. I'll pay you both sides. Help me get this deal. I think he does a little bit of creative now, but it was just cash. And I would just sit there and watch him and watch him and watch him. And then I call him Uncle Jerry now. So like have Uncle Jerry drive us around on the boat, point out houses. Like that to me was like a pinnacle of what we've been doing now. Like driving around on a boat with Jerry in front of his freaking house in Montana. Oh, and the view was like Oh my God, this is like breathtaking.
Yeah. Yeah. Montana is perfect. The water, the temperature, everything.
Yeah.
Is your LOI generator available for non-Sub 2 students?
Shannon, yes. The LOIs are not from the mentorship at all. It's just something we came up with. So for sure, grab the LOI generator. What we cannot give away are contracts, addendums, basically the anything that was made by like Pace paid for those contracts from a lawyer, and it'd be like a big slap in the face if we were just to give those out. So the LOI generator is something I made, and it's just an LOI. It's nothing proprietary from Sub2.
Yep. How would you incentivize an agent to find you buyers and sell to them? Upfront fee, tons of unicorn agents, and want to bring more deals. Yeah, I mean, pay them some type of referral fee. You have anything to add?
I paid an agent a flat fee to do a listing for our wrap, but she didn't have to show the house. She just listed it, and any phone call that she got, she just gave them my number.
Yeah. Keisha, should I get the system to send the LOIs or continue to call agents and send out LOIs?
I don't know. Keisha, how many are you sending a day? Or how many deals are you looking at per day? Because what my problem was is like Jade was getting me too many LOIs to send out. I'm like, I cannot do this. And so I made like a little program that basically you underwrite it and click a button and it generates the LOI for you. And that sped up my LOI process. Now Jade is using it as well. Um, 20 a day, Keisha? Yo,
Damn.
nuts.
Why are we working together? That's
Yeah, you should get it. You should absolutely get it. Either so Myron method drive mode. Drive mode LLC.com. .com. And then I made something else with Ryan Trope. This is if you go here, you'll see the LOI underwriting tool, Myron method.thrive mode LLC. Then we did takeoveryourmarkets.com is a more mass, like a generic LOI, but we can generate 50 at a time, 70 at a time. I don't see Carly. Oh, there's Carly. Yay! Okay. Keisha, yes. If you're doing half the day, you're gonna like call me and send me a Starbucks gift card because you're gonna be so happy that you bought this thing. It speeds it up so much.
Yeah, it really does. Alex, I've been seeing off-market stuff, and this morning I added 2 more LOIs for pocket properties. Nice.
Nice, dude. Thank you Alex. Thank you for everything you're doing, man. I'm literally loading him up with.
I know.
Thanks, buddy. You're amazing. Oh, he's gonna find us a place over in Fort Worth to do a power hour.
Oh, really? That'll be fun. Oh my gosh, poor James. James is gonna be slammed.
Yeah, I helped out a little bit this morning, and I'll get a lot of it done today. Okay. John asked, Myron, can you go over the LOI? How the mortgage balance, cash to seller, agent commission, and closing costs adds up to the purchase price? Yes. Let me think of how I can do this. I don't really have a whiteboard or anything. Let me see here. Can I do LOI generator? Give me a second. Give me like 2 minutes to get that together. I would love to do that.
Hi. Thank you, everyone that's on here and asking questions and interacting. We really appreciate it. How much LOI does the mass one send out, and in around how much time?
Okay. Jeanette, how much LOI does the mass one send out? You can send out as many as you want, but it's more of like a generation thing. It's how it generates them. So you pull your list from PropStream, you put it into the tool. I think it takes about maybe 2 minutes to filter it all for low equity. And then you click another button, it generates 50 LOIs. And I think that takes another 2 minutes to generate 50 LOIs. And then you can use, I want to drop how to send them out on a different Zoom or different video, but basically it'll generate 50 PDFs that you can go and email out. You can upload that sheet to your CRM. You can just click it and send it off in an email, however you want to do it. So I think maybe 5 minutes, it'll generate 50 LOIs, which I think is, Keisha said 20 takes her half the day.
Do you have anything that autofills contracts?
I do. So I haven't dropped this yet, but I want to. So basically, you have to be a sub-2 student, and you have to send me the contract that you want autofilled. Because if I've been talking with some TCs about this, and if I sell something that generates a contract, then it becomes something that I'm selling a contract, and I can't sell contracts. So, Shanna, message me later. Okay, so yes, I'm working on that. I'm working on a contract thing.
Nice.
Let me see if I can present this screen. Hold on. Will you answer Alexander real quick?
Yeah. I'm a sub-2 student and I'm interested in being a lender. I have $30K cash and have an LLC with PCS. How would I go about that? DM me or Myron and do some deals with us. We'll put your $30K to work.
Yeah, Alexander, let us know if you want to partner, if you want to lend it, if you want to do gator lending, like exactly what do you want to do? And that will help us kind of, I guess, if not partner with us, direct you.
Yeah. Are the LOIs only for low equity, or can you program it for your buy box criteria?
The ones we do are only for low equity, but you can change it if you want. Or I'm going to screen share it real quick. Let me see. Okay. So who asked that question about entry fee?
Let me find it. John.
Mortgage balance, cash or seller, agent commission, closing costs. Okay, cool. So basically I put the listing price. So here's the MLS price. Here's the mortgage. This is not, Mason Grumpy is just a grumpy agent. This is not a real deal. But closing costs are typically $3 to $5,000, cash to seller $5K, assignment $3. I'm going to give the agent 3%. That's a 8% entry fee with 3 months of holding cost. But let's say I'm not going to have holding cost. I'm going to give the seller $7,000. I at least want $10,000 on my assignment. So that's 11% entry. It's listed at $290. The underlying mortgage is $220. They have about $45,000 in equity. So this one, if I only gave them 7, I could probably do another 40 on seller finance. So it'll calculate the payment that you're going to give to them, right? So if you're going to give them 3%, it'll go up. Here's the term, 30 years. I don't have the right payment in there, but let's say it's that. And so this one, if we can rent it at $1,400, we're going to cash flow $167. Well, we're going to take out solar and HOA. We're going to cash flow $400 a month on that deal. So basically what I'm trying to do is get this to be around 10%. That's a typical entry fee. Yeah, and you make a copy of the LOI. And you can actually, this is an old one, but you make a copy of this. You can make it say whatever you want, right? We just need these fields to be in there correctly. That's it. Any questions?
Some people are asking how to get it, so I threw that link on the screen again.
Okay, cool. Could you see it okay?
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, what this does for me, and I think Jade too, because she's sending LOIs, it lets me underwrite it and then send out the LOI really fast. So basically, right here, I made this little menu item at the very top. I just hit create LOI, and it will create an LOI with all these numbers that I've underwritten, and it will generate it right here. It generates a new letter of intent with all that stuff in there. Then you can just file, download it as a PDF, put it into an email, and send it out.
Yeah, it makes it super easy.
Yep.
It is the best.
Mike, what's going on, Mike?
Do you think a one-person team can do 1 to 2 on-market sub-2 deals a month while working a full-time job? Yeah. I think you can do that.
You know what I think would be even better, Shannon, is if you sent deals to Jade and you could then do like 5 a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be better use of your time. Yes, we have gotten so close to closing 2 of them. We'll close one soon.
What happened?
One, the agent decided that it was a good idea to try a short sale instead. And guess what? The sellers didn't want to do all that paperwork and they let it go to foreclosure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that one hurt. I was really sad about that. And then the second one was, it was an agent that you and I both talked to. and I think it was in McKinney. The agent started ghosting us, and now it's off market. So now we need to reach out to the seller.
I want that deal.
They were like 70 grand behind, right? I think.
Oh,
maybe not much. Maybe 50 grand behind. 50. It was 50 grand behind. And they're going to get a loan mod.
Okay. And then sell it to us?
Yeah, until she started ghosting us.
That's horrible. I mean, okay. It's probably what they just wanted to do. They didn't want to risk us paying their payments and catching them up on the first one. They just want to ruin their credit for a couple 7 years or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's done.
Oh well, it's their life. Okay.
Are lakefront multifamily a big deal? I want that one, Alex. Are we talking like small multifamily or what?
What lake?
Yeah, what lake? That's a good question.
Is it in Montana?
Oh, shoot. Okay, what do you want to do? Go over, pull in a list?
Yeah, I'm logging into PropStream right now.
Cool.
You can just talk it up for just a second.
Yeah. A river? What do you mean a river? That's a big difference than a lake.
You said lakefront, dude.
Are we talking about like a little pond, like the mobile home park? We need to specify what waterfront is.
Brother. That was funny. I like rivers though, Alex. Actually, I think I prefer river. I prefer running water.
Running water. Do they need to be already open to creative, or just sellers wanting to sell? I feel like I have a mixed answer for this. If this is just direct to seller, then I think my answer is a little bit different than direct to agent. But I don't know. In my opinion, the ones that have a ton of equity and don't want to finance or structure anything like that, I don't know if those are worth messing with. But if they're like lower equity and the sellers don't have a whole lot of choice and they're telling you they're not open to creative, then I think it's still worth a shot. Is it just direct to seller or just direct to agent? I think that would help me.
On another note, PPC is interesting because they opt in like, hey, I want to sell, I want to get a bid from you all.
Yeah.
I like that. They have the same question. How would you define a lead? Whoops. Stop, Jade. I was cooking it. How would you define a lead to send to Jade? Is that after we send the LOI, or is it when they say they're open? I think to me, Jade, it's like you need to have that conversation that you're going to make that offer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make an offer that looks like this, that will pay your 3% commission. I want to put some money in the seller's pocket. We want to take over those existing payments, the mortgage payments. I'm going to send you an LOI. Make sure I have your email right here. It's thebestagent in the world @gmail.com. Okay, got it. I'm going to send you an LOI, and then send us the lead, and then Jade can get on. What I think is cool, maybe Jade correct me, but like if Shannon were to have a lead, get on the phone, and then call you in three-way so she can listen to what you say, I think that's the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, just don't like find a house on Zillow and send it to us and say it's a lead. At least call the agent, figure out what's going on, get the information, let them know that you're going to be sent over an offer and specify what that is and have that conversation. And then we'll send the LOI and underwrite it and all of that. You don't have to do that. And then, yeah, like Myron said, I think getting on a three-way call is super helpful. Let me put this link in here again. Once you have a lead, you can go to that link and you'll fill out all the information. I will say, make sure you have the agent's correct email. A lot of times we get leads that we underwrite it, get the LOI, and then we don't have an actual true email for them. So always confirm that you'll submit all the information. As many notes as you have is helpful to know what's going on. Sometimes people just submit leads and don't have any notes with it, and that's okay, but it's more helpful whenever there's notes and the story behind the lead. Okay. Any more questions? We're going to move on to prop stream soon. But if you guys have anything you want to ask or go over, you can put it in the chat.
You know, it'd be cool. While I'm pulling up PropStream and getting that ready, will you all take a photo or put something on your Instagram or something, like share that you're on here and that you're getting value? If you are, don't lie. But if you're getting value, go ahead and share it on your Instagram. Get some more people on here. Remember when we did the 12-hour live? We had like 80 people. What was it, 80 the whole time?
Yeah, I got up to 100 at one point, but it was like at a consistent at least 80 throughout the entire 12 hours. That was nuts.
Yeah, share. If you're getting value, share and get some more people. Get your friends on here. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm going to share PropStream. And we had a couple questions about how to pull the list. And if you don't have, let's go if you don't have PropStream first. Let's just go to Zillow. Is that cool?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And we're going to do Florida. A lot of houses for sale in Florida. And we're going to do, let's just do houses. There are a lot of mobile homes in Florida. I don't want to mess with those in this right now. If you have mobile homes, let us know, but simple enough to find potential subject to deals is, oh, it's going like, I removed the boundary somehow. Hold on. Go over here to more and let's do year built 2021. So they're around two years old. Actually, you could do, I'm sorry. 1 to 2 years old. These houses, depending where they are, Miami might not be correct, but there's about 3,000 results. And what we look for is not new construction, but a house that's, now let's check out this one. It's on a golf course. So something about Orlando is it's an appreciating market. Built in 2021. Let's look it up. I just want to see how close it is. Oh, it doesn't have mortgage information. Confidential. I've never seen that before. Interesting. Okay, let's try a different one. Built in 2022. This looks like newer construction. Oh yeah, it's new. So this only has one picture and the floor plan. That's it. It's just a builder posting their stuff. Oh, this one's good. Okay. Built in 2021. So somebody's lived there. 515. And what you can do, I'm just checking the balance on PropStream. You don't have to do this part, but I'm looking for one that has, a lower equity. So this one, they bought it for 323. Now they're trying to sell it for 515 in Naples. That's an appreciating market. We might have to go to Tampa. Well, basically, pick a market and just call on these. Like, hey, they haven't owned it for very long. Would they be? I like to make an offer that is, I want to pay your commission, put some money in the seller's pocket. I want to give them their equity, but I want to take over their existing payments.
But say it nicer.
Yeah, I don't say it very nice. So Jade,
don't use my script.
Jade would be the person that you talk to about this stuff. I want to do a call out. This one. But just make calls off Zillow. You don't have to have anything. You don't have to pay for anything. Let's see, 250, 150. So that's a decent amount of equity. And so Jade, if you're just going to call this house, let's say they have $70,000 in equity.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do on this one? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You can't even see it.
Like, how would I start?
I was jumping in between Zillow and PropStream, and all you saw was my PropStream. I'm so sorry.
That's a cutie. Are you asking how I would start the conversation? Was that the question?
Yeah. Like, how would you start it? Let's see. The agent's name is Manuel. And what would you say?
Yeah, I would start it out to say, hey, my name's Jade. I'm calling about your listing on 47th Street. Is that one still available? Yeah, it's still available. Awesome. I was looking for another rental in the area. I was scrolling through Zillow and I came across this one. Just wanted to give you a call and see if there was anything additional you could tell me about it. That usually gets them talking quite a bit. They'll go on for a while about it. And at that point, they'll tell me why the seller's moving. And, usually they'll end up saying to me, oh, they've only owned it or it's just built in 2021. They barely lived in it. It's in perfect condition. They're getting restationed because they're in the military. Okay, gotcha. Cool. I'll ask a few more questions and then I'll say, well, since they, just owned it, I'm assuming that they don't have a ton of wiggle room on price, huh? No, they don't. They don't have a ton of wiggle room. They haven't owned it very long. They really need to be right around that price. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if our cash offer would work. We just bought another one in the same area last month and similar situation. The sellers owned it, I think, for 8 months and they got relocated for a job. And our cash offer was just too low for them. They weren't going to make any money. So instead, we took over their payments, put some cash in their pocket, and paid their realtor. Do you think that might be helpful? Yeah, I think that actually might be helpful. And then I tell them we'll send an offer.
Okay. So I didn't hear you say, hey, I think they have this much equity. This is what they're going to get in their pocket. It's really like, we'll look at it, we'll send an offer.
Yeah, no, I don't go into all of that unless they tell me. Like sometimes they'll say, "Oh no, like they're actually losing a little money," or "No, they're only making a couple thousand." But I mean, I don't tell them that I know that. I just make an assumption by, "Oh, they've only owned it for a year." I'm just assuming they don't have a ton of wiggle room, and they'll agree with you and maybe tell you a little bit more, but I don't make it seem like I've already looked at this house and I know all their financial information or anything. I think that that can rub the agent a little wrong. So I just try to get them to tell me what's going on. And then I just use a third party story to describe the same exact situation and how we just closed one just like theirs.
I love it. Let's sort by the newest. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go to page. I thought I could pick the newest page. Oh my gosh, there's so many for sale.
What are you trying to find?
I used to be able to pick, like the numbers used to be down here. Okay, here we go. Like that. So I have it sorted by newest, and I'm going to go out to longer days on market. So here's one that got cut. 48 days on market. Let's see. $570. I'm on PropStream for just a second. I want to see what the estimated mortgage is 480. So well, 40K. This one has about $40,000 in equity. PropStream says it has 480 left on the mortgage. So what I do is I take 570 times 90.91. That's basically taking away the closing costs, the realtor commission, whatever fees. They're left with about 520. So 520 minus 480 is 40 grand. It's a cute little house. It has solar. So maybe they have, huh?
I said, solar. They probably don't have any equity.
Yep. So they may have 40 grand in solar.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this little cute little house.
It's cute. Lady Lake.
Oh man.
Oh,
Get food. Here. Whole home solar panel system owned and ready to save you money. Huh. They own it, but are they making payments? Oh, it's a community garden. Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't go back to Zillow. I keep doing that. I'm sorry, y'all. They have a little garden. They have cute little shutters. It's looks really nice. They got pickleball. What I'm checking for, I always check in Florida to see if it's in any kind of 55 plus community. I'm not seeing that.
Is that pretty common there?
It's very common. Yes. I don't know about Tampa side, but I see it quite a bit. But yeah, look at this little kid.
Do you go after those or?
No, not necessarily. I'd have to, honestly, for that, I have to do a little bit more research to see who would be interested in looking at that. So if it's 55, I don't have a clean exit, right? My buyer pool has to be a certain age to live there.
Yeah.
But I wish I could see like a drone shot from the top. I want to see how much solar panel they got going on. Anyway, so that's not a bad one. So just finding some properties that are built in the last couple of years. Solar is good. In my opinion, solar is good because it lowers the equity. And then, feel free to just go back or go to the very end, sort it by newest, and go. Oh, here's one that dropped 20 grand. No solar. Let's look at this one. 550. And I'm not going to show prop stream. I'm just going to look it up. 440. So 60 grand in equity on that one. So it seems like a lot of these in Florida would be maybe throw their equity onto a second note.
Explain what that means.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give them, what equity did I say? 60 grand?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take over their payments. And then I'll give them some money down. Let's say I give them 15 grand. I don't know. And then I'll give them another 50, maybe I'll give them another 50 on payments. So 50,000 on payments, like a seller finance portion, 0% would be another $140. So I'm going to take over their mortgage, sub 2, and I'm going to add on a second little note of, what did I say? 50,000? 50?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that way my entry fee is lower. If I need to paint, if I need to fix something, I can fix it. And then I can just make payments on your equity. Okay, yeah. That's how I work. That's how I work Zillow. Anything, Jade, am I missing anything on that?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not really seeing much activity in the chat. Are you guys notes? Are you calling these agents right now, or what's happening? I think maybe everybody went up and went to the bathroom or something. Okay, I'm gonna do prop stream. Broward, Florida. That's Fort Lauderdale. I don't want to do that one. What is Tampa? It is Ocala. Marion. Let's do Marion County. Oops. No, that's north. Dang it, what is Tampa? It is Hillsboro. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, Hillsboro, love it. Now I'm going to filter for low equity. But I think on this, I'm going to filter a little bit higher equity, maybe 30%. So, Jade, can you see everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if we get any questions I got to go back over because I'm only looking at prop stream. Okay, so basically you pick a county. Prop stream, you can't pick the whole state. You got to go by county. Then you just go over here to filter. What I like to do is residential on the property classifications, residential, single family. If you want to do more, do more. Okay. If you want townhouses, then do it. If you want to filter by bed bath, you can. 900 minimum, basically what I want to do. Okay. MLS active. And then right here on listing type, put for sale. Okay. You can also do a rental. People have trying to rent the house that's low equity, but right now I'm just going to do for sale. Then click over to here to ownership info. I only do individually owned. I don't want any LLC owned properties. Okay, so what do we got so far? Residential zoning, single family, 900 square foot or more. It's for sale on the, it's on the active on the MLS. It's individually owned. I don't want to do, I'm not going to do years of ownership. What I want to do is come down here to equity, estimated equity. I'm going to do 30%. So we got about 200 properties on there. So for this market, I think solar is more prevalent down here, like Texas, where we are. And there's more people with solar. So that's why I open up the equity a little bit more. If you don't want to do that, you can do 5. Just do estimated equities 5%. And you'll see some like this that have estimated. So this is an estimation. Okay. It's basically going to take what they think it's worth versus the loan balance. So for instance, this one said negative 15,000 in equity. Let's really look at it. So they owe estimated loan balance is 300 and they're listed at 340. Let me double check that. I'm just going to take this address and put it in Zillow really fast. Yeah, it's 340. If you look at this one on Zillow, it's darker. They're taking a picture of the car. I don't know why they're doing that. Like the photos. Does it come with the car? Yes. Is it a Pontiac Sunfire? The pictures are darker, and so I mean they're like, this is not a listing photo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo. Hold on.
The corner of the bathtub. Why?
This is amazing. It's low equity. The photos aren't that great. This is legit. Huh?
Is it a FSBO?
No.
What? That's embarrassing. Someone said, do you filter for FHA and VA loans? Do you care about loan type?
No. No, because Hold on, I'm gonna come back to who asked that. I understand why you do that, because FHA and VA loans have lower down payments. And so that helps you get the lower equity, right? Because if they didn't put any money down, there's no equity. So I understand why you'd want to filter that, but we're getting conventional, we're getting FHA, we're getting VA. I don't filter those out. I want to work all of them.
Yeah.
But there are people that only want to work VA loans. So like, let's say you are yourself a veteran and you understand VA loans and entitlement, and you just want to work VA loans because that's like a niche that people have. Like, I'm great at VA loans. I'm a veteran myself. So I'm not a veteran, but someone who's working them, right? So that would be a good niche for someone, but I don't care about loan type myself. I think we have 2 conventional loans that we locked up, right? It's like they're up for assignment right now.
Yeah.
So what I do is, from here, I just export these 40. I add them to a list. Let's just do that. I'm going to call it, today's date is the 7th. So I put 9/7/23. We're going to put Hillsborough, Borough County, Florida, low equity market. That's it. Just export that out. And then you can put it into a Google Sheet, or however you want to do it, put it into your system. And from there, I'm going to type it right here because I think you all can see this. So what was that? Let me find that deal. 9603 North 14th. Okay. I'm going to get a list price. So 340. So when you do a calculation, take 340 times 0.91. That little asterisk right there is a times for the calculator. And that's going to give you, I'm going to do it in my calculator. I forgot what it was. 309. So this one right here, if they sell on the market at full ask, they're going to be left with 309, and their mortgage is 307. Estimated 307. So they're maybe walk away with $2,000 if they don't get a reduction.
Yeah.
Right. Now, here's the other thing is, I look at this really quick. The monthly rent estimate for this is about the same as the loan payment. Taxes out there are nothing. So basically, you gotta mark it up about $100 a month for insurance, and whatever this is, I don't even know what that is. $50 a month for taxes, and so there you got a 17 plus 9. It'll make it 19. That's going to be your monthly rent. So this may be a cut even type of deal, but have the agent help you run a rental comp out there to see what you could rent this out for. So yeah, save the file. It'll be right here. Make sure you do, what is it? 97. Make sure you go to this little gear right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Go to calculations. Make sure you select all these items. Open loans, select all these items. MLS, select all these items. So this is going to export if it's on file, the agent's name, the agent's phone number, the agent's email, it's going to export that into an Excel sheet for you so that you can just go market. You don't have to go to Zillow and find it and put it into a Google sheet one by one. This isn't perfect. It's probably going to give you about 80%, 75% of the phone numbers. And then you just take that and export it out. That's it. And you got 40. That's Keisha's 2 days worth of work right there. Okay.
Someone asked,
yeah.
We have a quick one. They said, I noticed PropStream hedges by listing estimated values. How accurate has that been in your experience?
It's pretty dang close. It's within a couple $1,000. It's within like maybe $5,000 in my experience.
Okay. Travis, you showed up late to the party, bro. He's asking what's the LOI generator?
The generator, I still have it pulled up right here. I'll go over it really quick, but you can catch it on the replay. Basically, you type in all the information on your deal, like underwrite your deal. Then you click generate, and it generates an offer for you. And it looks something like this. It just fills in all the blanks so that you don't have to copy and paste and make it nice each time. Or hold on, I didn't share it. I'm so sorry. It looks something like this.
And you can link whatever. Well, whenever they buy it, do they get that LOI or they get to link whatever LOI they're using?
They can't, whatever link that they want to send me, I can make that work. But that's the one that comes with it because it has the fields. What I would suggest is they copy the one I give them, make it pretty, and we'll use that one.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. Travis, I'll send you the links, okay? Jade, we've been going for 2 hours.
I know. It's flying by.
Real? Okay, what was our last thing we wanted to talk about? So that's how you pull it. That's how you're going to talk to agents. You're going to send deals to Jade. Let's see.
Yeah. I think we need to talk about, I get a lot of questions about, okay, I find this lead, I submit it. What's the process from there? What can they expect from there? So you make a call, you get an agent you're going to send an offer to, you go to the link. I'll put it in the chat again. You go to the link, submit all the information to it. Once it's submitted, we will underwrite it, generate an LOI like Myron just showed on the screen. We'll send it and CC you on the email. From there, typically I like the caller to, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but I like, since you've already built rapport with the agent and created that relationship, I like whenever the caller calls the agent afterwards, hey, we sent the LOI, did you get it? Have you presented it yet? And then from there, try to set up an appointment where we can both talk to the agent and go through the offer in detail and answer any questions that comes up. So that's the typical flow of events. You make the call, you submit it, we send out the LOI, we then talk to the agent together and try to get it closed. And then from there, we'll also handle dispo and all that fun stuff. So you can just focus on generating leads, making calls. Does anyone have any questions about that? Was that pretty straightforward? And also, I get one submitted, and so we get a lot that are behind on payments. I think with those, it's really important to get the mortgage statement because they're behind in arrears, so it's going to look different. Our numbers are going to be way off from what is on PropStream or Batch Leads. So if you need help getting those mortgage statements, I'd be happy to get on the phone and get those. What else?
Yeah, we want to help you make some money, right? So send us some deals to look at. We'd love to help you. The cool thing is we have structured a team. So we have an underwriter. Jade does underwriting. I don't do underwriting, but we have someone who's committed to that position to underwrite the deals and send out the offers. And we communicate with that person frequently to make sure we're sending out offers we can work. But what I want to do, what really brings me joy is like helping and teaching others. So if you have one, send it to jade.thrivemodellc.com, and that's a little form that you can fill out. And there's some stuff on there that say, hey, it has to be under $100,000 of equity. I don't remember what else. Read the instructions. Make sure you're not sending us stuff that's like $1 million of equity. We can use that $1 million to go buy 20 houses. I don't even know. But that's kind of like the premise is like, go find them, bring them to Jade. We want to help you underwrite, talk to the agent, negotiate, and sell these deals.
Yep.
So Damien just asked on Facebook, where do we send them to? That's a website. Jade.thrivemodellc is a website that has a form on it. Her email is jade@thrivemodellc. So if you just want to send her an email, tell her how awesome she is, that's how you send that note to her. Cool. Okay. So we also run a power hour here in Dallas. So we have people, we pull a list every week and we bring people to power hour and teach them how to make calls in a group setting, right? So we get quite a few LOIs from that. Sometimes we get backed up. So if we don't get your offer out, like within, feel free to ping us and ask us what's going on. We will get those offers out. It just takes, sometimes we get backed up or, life happens to our team. Feel free, don't get mad at us. We want to work and we want to help you. Celeste. Thank you. Celeste, how are you? You haven't called me before. I don't even want to answer your question because you don't call me anymore, but I'll do it anyway. What specific markets are you looking at? Whatever you're looking at. We want to help you buy a deal. I think you were looking in Austin. Austin to me is a tougher market, but anywhere in Texas. We just did a bunch in Florida, Carolinas. We did some in Missouri. Jade, where else? Georgia.
Georgia. We're about to get one in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. That one's a little crazy. Oklahoma. I called on several in Tennessee that I think are going to be good ones.
Sweet. So really, Celeste, send us your buy box and we'll help you.
Nebraska. Are you the only person buying there, Travis? I'm just kidding.
What's in Nebraska? Cornfields?
Cornfields and snow. What's been the hardest objection you've had with on-market agents? He said basically. The hardest objection. One that I find is difficult is when the sellers are getting a divorce. That's really tough because they don't want to stay on the loan together. And I mean, if one's not on the loan, then obviously that makes it easier. But a lot of times they're on the loan together and they would have to go refinance or do some loan mod. So it's just really complicated. And they're already going through the stress of getting divorced. And they're like, I don't want to be tied to this person anymore. Like we had one that they literally let it go to foreclosure because they'd rather do that than be tied together anymore. So it's just, that one's really tough for me.
I remember that one.
Yeah, the guy was even like, he was like, I have money, I can catch this up, but I'm not going to. I was like, damn, okay.
Oh.
Austin, she's been working on a duplex that started doing midterm rental, needed to figure out the exit strategy and the workings on it so I can buy using creative.
Cool. They have duplexes in Austin?
Dang.
What is that?
97,000
requests. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, requests for midterm rentals.
Oh, okay.
All right, Travis. Okay, Travis. I know.
He's been questioned about it before. He's like, I have this copy and pasted. That's funny.
That's cool. I think that's what I want to do next. I want to buy seller finance or subject to and do midterm rentals. That's what I want to do.
Is the one y'all have right now doing pretty well?
Yeah, our third tenant got in there. Thank you for all your help, by the way.
Yeah.
Third tenant got in there. We're cash flowing. This is the first month we're going to be cash flowing positive on it. I think it's going to be $700 a month.
Nice.
The nice thing was Sonia, our partner, basically furnished it. She just pulled furniture out of her storage units and furnished it. We bought some stuff, right? And then the only expense after that was the door handles. We got the keypad door handles that Alex Penaloza recommended to us. And then our upstairs, the second air conditioner was not working too well. Like the upstairs were super hot. And so we installed those efficiency air conditioners. And now it's doing great. So that was a couple thousand. So it's been a couple thousand, to get it up and running. But now it's up and running. That should come back pretty quick.
So what's the turnover on those?
The turnover, our first two tenants are year leases. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Our third tenant is going to be there for either 3 or 4 months. So right now, basically the cool thing is you can go on there and say, hey, Furnish Finder or even Airbnb, you can say this unit will be available at X time, right? So you can go ahead and line up people.
Yeah. Okay.
And since we have the air conditioners up and running, I think we're going to up our rents to $1,500 a room or $1,600 a room. And I was talking to one of my buddies here in Dallas. I think he has 5 or 6 midterm rentals now, all in Dallas. And what he focuses on is finding the tenants, which makes the most sense, right? I'm just going to focus on finding the tenants. So he talks to insurance companies. He goes on LinkedIn, talks to business owners, Reddit. He goes on Reddit and goes onto like just forums. You know how like electrician forums on Reddit or whatever.
Yeah.
So go on there and talk to software engineers who travel to Dallas. He goes, hey, if you ever need a place to stay, I have a house for rent. Where are you going to stay? Jade, he's like half lying. He doesn't actually have all these houses for rent. He goes, I will just find them. He goes, I needed one in Irving. So I found somebody who had a midterm rental in Irving. And I just said, hey, I'll rent it out at $2,000 a month. And they went ahead and did it. And he went over to them and he rented it to them for $3,800 a month.
Damn. So it's like arbitrage, basically. Yeah.
Rental for almost like $1,800. I'm like, dude,
wow.
You didn't have to set it up. You didn't have to furnish it. You didn't have to go get the dang silverware and put soap in a basket and all that crap. You just found the tenant or found that person. I'm like, dude, that's like the dopest thing. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The cool thing about Abilene, where Celeste is asking where that is at, it's in Abilene, is there's a hospital like right there, right? There's a hospital right around the corner from our house. And that makes it a little bit easier to get tenants. So things like that. You want to look around schools. If there's like a little college campus around, like a little community college, go ahead and look around there. Bases, Army bases, just like hospitals are the best one to me. I use this website. I'm gonna give you all this website. Hold on a second. Hospitals.
Yeah, y'all got that one in a really good area.
Hospitals in each state. I've been using this website what you do is click on find the nearest hospital to me. It has some ads on it. The website itself has ads on it. I'm sorry, they're not my ads, but when you click on there, you can just copy and paste an address into this website and it will tell you the nearest major hospitals.
Travis said, do you look at targeting traveling skilled workers?
I will. So here in Dallas, there's a highway called 380. If you're in Dallas, you know 380 because it is going crazy with construction. Homes, there's like a Chick-fil-A every 2 minutes on this highway. They're just blowing it up. And there's hospitals, there's hotels, everything is out that way. So yes, Travis, if so for instance, remember Jade, we went to Montana and Jerry's brother built a house. And where did he get in Montana? He built the house. Where did those people come from that built the house? Arizona. So they had to stay in a hotel or whatever to build the house out there.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the same thing is sometimes those workers don't live there. They have to stay in a hotel. They want to stay next to the construction site. And so if you could have a little midterm rental out there where they could rent the house and have their own kitchen and, cook in the kitchen, you can't cook in a kitchen in a hotel. So yes, people who are traveling and doing construction, building hospitals, if you can get next to a hospital that's being built, that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, Travis, I can find some. Myron and I actually just closed one that I think was a really good deal here in Abilene, but we can find some and let you know. Shannon, have you locked up any multifamily with step 2?
We had a lead on one in Tennessee that I don't remember the terms on this. I think it's been a year ago. But she actually recommended to us that we just take over the payments. What we've done is seller finance or a syndication model. So not sub 2, it's been seller finance.
How long did your place stay vacant before getting the next tenant on your midterm?
Celeste, on the Abilene deal, we got it furnished and we had a tenant, like the day that we furnished it is the day that we met our first tenant. And I think she moved in 20 or 30 days later. And then the same month that she moved in, we got our next tenant. And then I think another month went by and we got our third tenant. It's a 3.5. And so what I'll be able to tell you after about 3 months is how long that third bedroom stays vacant. And I'll let you know. So it's just starting up. We just closed it and we just started it.
Travis is asking, how hard is it to do syndication on multifamily deals?
If you know people with money to do syndication, it won't be that hard. It's really just raising money the right way. If you just already know people, then you can get it done. If you're going to have to go market, then you need to talk to a lawyer about what kind of syndication. I'm trying to think of how to say my words, but what kind of syndication that you want to do, whether you can do it with your buddies or you have to go market it. But we have a great lawyer his name is Nick. I think his name is Nick the Lawyer on Instagram, but he helped us structure the syndication in Arizona. Let me look up Nick the Lawyer. Yeah, NIC the Lawyer on Instagram. Yeah, 506B and 506C. Yeah. 506B is your buddies, like your friends, and 506C are like your marketing to accredited investors. Anyways. Okay. No, Travis, we're cool. We're here to talk about low equity agent outreach, but it's multifamily. We're also doing multifamily as well.
Yep.
Jade wants to buy multifamily in Dallas. So if anybody has a quadplex, a whatever plex, send it to Jade.
Please. I need one like yesterday.
Okay. How many deals, Jade, how many deals are you closing this month right now? How many do you have in escrow?
For September, let's see. 1, 2, I think. Wait, is Burleson closing this month? I can't remember. Let me see.
I don't remember. More than 2?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 if Clean makes it.
Okay. So you're closing 4 deals. Yeah, we have a buyer on Clean. He just wants a loan modification, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Open to rehab. For me
Um,
personally, or is he asking for me or just like in general?
I I think she's in Austin.
Oh, got it.
Are we open to rehab on a fourplex? I don't know. Is it seller finance? Probably. If it's just a cash deal, I don't know. I think I'm going to put my money down on seller finance or sub two because cash. The thing about cash right now is if I exit, if I do a burr, then I got to put myself into like an 8% interest rate. It doesn't sound appealing. But if it's a fourplex here in Dallas that needs some work, then Jade could fix up one unit, rent out the other three, get them rentable, fix up one unit, she could live in it. And then as the tenants move out, then she can rehab them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I really want to do is house hack. That's what we've been doing for almost 3 years now. For the most part, it's been good.
Do you have a loan on it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it sub two or did you do conventional?
FHA.
Oh, FHA. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's your
Yeah,
interest rate?
like 3.25, I think. 3.5, 3.25, like that.
I love it. Okay, we got 45.
Do you think it'd be helpful if you? I'm trying to think how to do this without. I don't know. I feel like I get asked a lot, or I'm sure you do too, about like what systems you're using to stay organized and stuff. So I don't know if you think it would be helpful to talk about like ClickUp and Slack, or if that's just kind of not as important.
We can. Let me think how I could do that.
I love that interest rate too. We got it like a year before everything went up.
If I show ClickUp, what I'm thinking through that real quick is like basically we use ClickUp for forms to like if you're going to send Jade a deal, and yeah, if you're gonna send Jade a deal, it's a form that goes to ClickUp. It basically organizes the leads for her. And if I were to show that, it would show all the deals that she's working.
Yeah.
What I could show is the ones we have in escrow.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it would be helpful. I just feel like people wonder that, like, what systems do you use to stay organized, and what do you use for this?
Yeah. What I just started doing, and I hate myself that it took this long, is Slack. Because I was using Trello to start, and just getting the leads pushed along the little Trello, and now we're working whatever 12 deals at once, and I'm like, I don't really know what's going on with all these things, and where's the mortgage statement for this one? And Slack, I basically put everything into a different channel. I'm like, okay, I'll put Jade into her deals. I'll put our TC into all the deals. Carolyn, my wife, into all the deals. And now let's say, okay, Jade, I need the HOA restrictions. She can literally go get them and then put them into Slack. And my problem is my email, I don't even know how many emails I have unread. Probably as bad as yours, you know what I mean? Like 3,000 unread messages in my work email. And that's partly due to just like not making time to get that to zero, but just like so much activity, you know what I mean? And so what I recently did is put everything into Slack. And when the people on our team get a deal, they use Google Sheets. So Google Sheets is basically how we're communicating between offers or between leads and making offers. And then let's say Alex was on the call earlier, or the live earlier. He has REI Reply running outreach. He'll get a lead and then put it into a Google Sheet for Jade to make a call, right? And so Jade will make that call, and it's in her sheet, an LOI tracker that tracks all of her LOIs. And she'll be able to just go through all the LOIs and do follow-ups. What I think would be cool, I want to set this up to like get these blank, just like make copies and make blank templates. I don't know if that would help anybody. I'm fine to give that stuff away. It's not like we, made something crazy. But it's basically like the date, the address, the offer, who's on it, who's the JV partner, the agent information, and the notes. So like keeping organized is paramount, right? So getting better organization. That's why I want a marketing person to help us with Dispo. So if any of the 20 people that are watching are good at Dispo, or even if you're going to watch this in the future, you're good at marketing, you're good at making connections, you're around people that want to buy, you might fit for a Dispo position. So please message me on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to talk to you about that position. And that way I can focus on getting the systems structured better to make us more efficient and not have things fall through cracks and stuff like that. So, so we use ClickUp, we use REI Reply, we use Slack, and we use Google Sheets to form this, whatever this is, this mashup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I need to start figuring out how to use. I downloaded that boomerang thing for emails and I haven't messed with it yet. But I need to mess with that, and then the mail meteor thing I think will be a game changer for follow-up, because I'm like, dude, last month just on like my side we sent out 160 LOIs. So following up on that, and then July and June and May, and then continuing on, it ends up being so much that I think you're going to get behind at some point.
Yep. Yeah, the next thing I wanted to let's do another live about systems. But I just didn't have my stuff together. But we should do another live and show people Mail Meteor, because that thing can do follow-ups for you. And you don't have to have some big system, some big REI Reply, go high level. You don't even have to have Podio to do this stuff. You can work out of Google Sheets, right? So, we should do a little Mail Meteor and systems live. Let's do it next month. September, October. No, never mind. Let's do it. Let's do it in like 2 weeks. I think I can get everything ready next week and then do it in like the week of the 18th. We can do a systems. Are you available the 18th week?
Yeah.
What? Nobody's talking.
I know. Guys, what are you doing, 22 people?
He does not care about systems. That's fine. We don't have to do it. What would benefit you all if we did another live in 2 weeks? What would you want it to be? Hold on. Do I have to like refresh my internet connection or something? Well, whatever. They don't get to tell us what we do. We do what we do. So yeah, we should do we should do a systems live and help people, and then just give it away. Like, hey, if you want the systems that we use, this is exactly what we do. Here's the Google sheet. Just make a copy of it. I don't care. Like, just help them do more deals. Just you have to send Jade a sub 2 in Dallas that she buys.
Ronald, what do you need help with? And also welcome to sub 2. But tell us what you need help with. We want to help you. Steven, live look of the low equity scanner and LOI generator.
My hair is doing something crazy. So, Steven, that is coming. That is coming. Don't you worry, my brother.
You get more leads. You get more leads.
We didn't earlier. No, we just did the LOI generator, but that's coming out.
Trying to figure it out. What are you trying to figure out? What specifically are you looking for guidance on, Bryant? Ronald, did you miss our like 20 minutes ago? Myron just showed everybody how to find deals on PropStream. You can go back and this will stay up on our YouTube, so you can always go back and rewatch.
Yeah. Thanks, Carolyn.
Regarding no equity outreach with Dispo, how do you decide how much the entry should be with your assignment?
I calculate about a 10% entry fee ish. It depends, but 10% is pretty safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know what you need help with. Bryant, are you in sub 2? Are you the one? I don't think you're the one that said that. No. Are you in sub 2? My thing that I always tell people that join sub 2 is I think that watching the Avatar series is a really powerful thing to start off with. That'll lead you in some direction.
It'd be cool. Hold on a second.
What about deal breakdowns y'all close on? Figure that would benefit your team and accruing more credibility. Yeah. Like once we close stuff, go live and break down what the deal looked like. Yeah, Bryant, let us know if you need any help with leads. Mace poorly. How do you guys structure JVs with people bringing you leads?
Hey, Bryant, send me a message on Facebook. Travis, great question. Jay, do you want me to answer it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So how do you structure your JVs? This is how it works. And when you go to Jade's form, it explains this. And I think you have to click a button that says, I agree. So Travis, if you find a lead and Jade is going to overcome the objections, she's going to talk to the agent, get it signed and all that stuff, that's going to be a 10% JV agreement to you. If you're going to bring us something different than just a lead that Jade has to close, talk to us. We can structure it differently. Okay. But if it's just something that you found and you need an LOI, that's going to be a 10% JV partnership with you.
Yep. How soon do deals get worked on when they are submitted? Saying like for LOIs, or I mean, I would say within 48 hours is the goal.
Yeah, sometimes stuff takes a little longer, and we're sorry. I don't want it to take longer than 2 days to send an LOI. It should be, if not that same day, it should be the next day. Sometimes stuff happens and just it doesn't get done right away. And that's, I was kind of saying that earlier, is if that happens, feel free to message me or Jade or whatever and say, hey, I'm just following up. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And we love to work with you and do our best.
When I import a new list to the LOI generator, how do I keep that list separate from existing leads in there, or do they all stay in one place?
He's talking about the LOI, like the takeover tool, market takeover tool. They, when you import another list, so you import one list, you're going to import another list, like you've analyzed everything, right? The new list will have a highlight. It'll indicate which ones are new, and they all stay in that leads tab. But there's videos on how that all works, Brian. I thought it'd be cool, Brian. I was gonna try to bring you up on the Zoom or the live. Sorry, I was gonna try to bring you up on the Bryant. Sorry, Bryant. Bring you up, talk to you for a minute if you have a minute.
Do you encourage talking to the agent first or LOI first? I encourage talking to the agent first. I think that it's really important to build a rapport and build a trust before you're just sending an LOI. Because they're like, I've never talked to you. Most of them think it's spam. I've had agents straight up be like, oh, I thought this was spam. I just deleted it. So I think if you need to call them, get information, tell them what your offer looks like, let them know you'll be sending it today or tomorrow. And so they're expecting it. They know who you are now. They know what you're about. And hopefully you've built some trust and rapport there.
Absolutely. But I do both.
I mean, with cash, I think it's a little different than creative. Like, I think with cash, I mean, ideally, you're going to be a step ahead when you talk to them regardless. But I think with cash, it's a little bit more straightforward than randomly sending a creative offer that they've never talked to this person.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
It's okay to try both things. So the thing that my answer differs because I'm different than Jade, right? So there are people that legit will not call an agent or seller or their friends or like talk on the phone. You know, they chat on whatever the chat thing is right now. That's the only way they communicate. They only text, right? And so there are people out there that legit don't want to make calls. And so, but what's the answer for that person? Do they go build a team of people who are good with making calls? Are they able to have a little system where they send out a bunch of offers? How can we help those? How can we help everybody, right? So um to me, it's okay to send offers. It's okay to make calls, but take action in some way. What's up, Alejandro? What? The monsters.
I really need to submit a call to him. I told myself I was going to submit a call to him this Saturday. So I need to record something.
Shoot, I don't know Alejandro's. Alejandro, what's your YouTube? If y'all aren't following Alejandro on YouTube, you should. Not clicking off our YouTube, but Alejandro, post your handle. Yes, it's okay to get rich too. Rich, it's okay to make money, and the way to make money is sending offers. And it's happened to us. I say this all the time because I see it all the time. It's like every 20 to 30 offers, we're getting a contract. Now, sometimes it goes further out and sometimes it's less, but the more agents that you talk to, the more offers that you send, you are going to get contracts. So if you like get stuck on one deal that's lakeside and you really want this one deal and you get stuck on it you get stuck on it for a year, and you don't even make an offer on it, you're not going to get any deals.
Yeah. So last month we sent out, on my side, we sent out 158 offers. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signed.
That's 31. That's to every 31 LOIs, you got a contract.
Oh, no. We got 6 signed because we just got Burleson signed.
26. So every 26 offers that you, is that not just legit what I just said?
Yeah.
Every 26 offers that you sent, you got a contract. Alejandro's YouTube, it's really Alvarez. Go to his YouTube and hit subscribe. Love Alejandro. Love what he does. He's been a big inspiration to both Jade and I and our team.
Travis, I need to find a different avatar. Yeah, very true. Never get focused on one lead. What's the saying? Oh, I'm going to draw a blank. There's a saying that I really like about this. I forgot, but without using the verbiage, it's basically like when you have a lot of leads flowing in, then you're not stressed over trying to get that one deal. You're like, oh, I have plenty of others I'm chasing after, so you're not stressing and, putting all your eggs in one basket with that lead. You deserve to be hyped up, Alejandro. You're awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Big inspiration to us. Thank you for everything. But it's insane. Like 100, what'd you say? 150? You sent out 158 offers. Who here is sending out 158 offers a month. Anybody in the chat sending out 158 offers a month?
I think it's also a good reminder that like all of those, like I just added the sixth one, we're a week into the month and we just got that contract from last month, right? So like leads come from not just the ones you're sending out this month, but if you keep following up, you're going to get leads from the previous months.
Yep. It's a lot of follow-up. And it's interesting how, what did that agent say for Burleson? Did she say not interested a month ago, or what was it?
No, honestly, Burleson was not too difficult. We sent out that offer on August 30th and got the contract signed September 6th. So it took like a week of chatting. Yeah, that was not a difficult one. They're behind on payments, so he really needed to make a decision quickly.
Yeah.
But like the one that we're closing tomorrow in DeSoto, I think we talked to that agent for like over a month before we finally got that signed.
What was the sticking point? Do you remember?
We were negotiating for several weeks back and forth. They were stuck at a number, and I don't think we wanted to go up to that number. So there was a lot of negotiation. And then I think the pain just started adding up because that seller was not living there and they were behind on payments. So I think it's just, getting to them. And sometimes it's just the motivation has to catch up. They might not be motivated the day you send the offer, but a month or two later, they're motivated. Like with our 0 down deal. I've told a story on Instagram, but it took 2 months to get that. We made the offer, said, hey, we can't give you guys any money, basically. And they got another sub-2 offer that was giving the seller money. They took that. A month later, I'm like, hey, how's that going? First, he was like, oh, it's going good. A week later, he texted me, hey, they backed out. She needs to close ASAP. Can you guys do this? Yep, we'll do it for $0. Okay, cool. She doesn't care. Let's close it. So it just takes time and motivation to add up sometimes.
That Denison deal, what did they want? How much money did they want? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Like they were stuck on a sort of, because we end up giving them $5,000.
I want to say they were stuck at like 10, 8 or 10, something like that.
Got it. Something I learned from Alejandro was don't go up by thousands, go up by hundreds. So if you make an offer at 5,000, well, they really need to be at 7,500. We could probably make that work, but don't just jump to that. Go up like, hey, 5,000. I can go up to 5,500. See if you can just go up by a couple $100 and still get it. Otherwise, you're just giving money away, right? I'm like, dude, yes, love it. You're still giving a little bit, but not everything.
Yeah, that's good. And also remember that you can negotiate the agent's commission too. So like we had the one in Burleson, actually, the seller is stuck at this number and like will not budge. You can tell the agent's even a little annoyed that he won't budge on his number. She's like, you know what? I'll come down on my commission. Like can we just get this done? What would you guesstimate for calls per day you make? Most of my calls are follow-up calls. I don't know. I honestly don't keep track of how many calls I make at all. I don't know if that's something I should keep track of, but I'm personally not making like lead generation calls except for when I do it live. But most of my calls are just calling on LOIs all day. I don't know. Maybe I should track that.
We probably will. We'll get there.
When you get creative deals under contract, is there a period when you can back out if you can't find a buyer or go back and renegotiate? Yes, you will put in Texas, it's called an option period or inspection period in your contract. And that'll give you the ability to back out for any reason. You didn't like that the door handle was blue, and you can back out. But if you miss that period, then you're going to end up losing your earnest money. Or if you don't have that period at all. Yeah, the money is in the follow-up 100%. You can't send an offer and they say no, and then you don't talk to that agent ever again. The no changes all the time. Like I had one on last Friday. Andreas on our team had called on it, and I called her right after to get some more information. And she's like, oh no, the seller's not going to look at any sub-2 offers. He doesn't even want me to present them. I don't even think she would give me a reason. She just kept saying, it doesn't work for him. It doesn't work for him. I was like, okay, cool. The next day I send her an offer anyway. She emails me back. I made it clear that he does not want to look at these. I said, I understand things change all the time. So in the case that something changes, just wanted to send you over something in writing so we would be considered. So just because I say no doesn't mean no. How often do you follow up with an agent you sent an LOI to? And do you follow up through call, text, email? I try to I guess it depends if it's like hot or cold or warm lead, but obviously if it's hot or warm, I'm following up like every day, every other day. If it's a cold lead and they don't want to entertain the offer at all, I try to follow up every 2 weeks. Usually it's just an email, the first follow-up, hey, I noticed this is still on the market. Would you guys be open to reconsidering? I try to push for a group call. But yeah, every 2 weeks is my thing. If I'm not getting an email response back for a while, then I'll call them, then I'll text them. But typically the first follow-up or two, I'm just emailing and saying, hey, this is still active. Here's our offer again. Thanks, Alan. When you submit offers, does a seller accept it? If the numbers look good, I've been getting a lot of agents asking me if I've seen the property first. Yeah, every once in a while. I mean, actually, hardly ever do we get an agent say you have to go look at this first, but that's what the inspection period is for, is we'll go look at it during the inspection period. So I typically tell them, hey, we're sending out so many offers that we don't have the time to go look at every single property we want to put an offer on. If this offer works, let's sign a contract and we'll go check it out and make sure everything's, the way it's been presented.
Why would an agent want me to go see the property first before I make an offer?
I think a lot of times they've probably been burned in the past where either for one, they just get like wholesalers that put in offers and then come back and renegotiate like 60 grand off. And they're like, we could have just figured this out in the first place and you wasted my time, right? They think you're wasting their time. Just go see it up front. If you don't like it, we don't have to waste all this time negotiating. So I think it's just that they just feel like you might not be as serious, or you might just completely change the offer and they want to save their time and the sellers.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I make too many offers to walk every property I'm interested in.
Something else I see is like, I'll need a proof of funds. I think I get asked that maybe once every 2 months.
Yeah.
For a proof of funds.
Yeah, the agent on Burleson asked for that. Sometimes I try to talk around it, but it's just like a traditional thing. Like they're used to just getting that because I think that's part of your job as the agent, is like verifying you're not accepting this offer and these people don't really have money. So I understand that as like you feel like you need to qualify this person for your seller. So I understand it, but it definitely is rare and creative for agents to ask for it.
Yeah. And multifamily, we would get asked all the time. And just like, what kind of financial backing do you have? But for a sub two offer where, we're going to just pay the agent, well, how much money do they want to see that I can pay off the whole house or what?
Yeah.
And so I ended up just making like a blanket LOI, and sorry, a blanket proof of funds that I can just keep sending out. If anybody needs proof of funds, let me know. I can just send you what we use. It's up to date. I think I just made it like 2 weeks ago. Would that be nice if I sent on our systems one? I gave like a Google Drive of the sheets that we use, the proof of funds, and LOI, just kind of like a little system setup. That'd be cool. I don't see anybody asking for that stuff, but
Have not done my first deal yet. Tried getting in touch with pre-foreclosure people, and seems they don't want to speak with. I tried leaving sticky notes, calls, nights. Yeah, I mean, pre-foreclosures is obviously a different game than direct to agent. They're very emotional. They're going through foreclosure, which is not easy, and they're getting a million calls of people telling them that they can help them and buy their house. So that's just a whole different ball game. I would squat up with someone that specializes in that.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you used to work foreclosures, Jade?
Oh yeah, I've called them before.
Did you ever close one?
No.
I didn't either. We go door knock and leave sticky notes and all the things. I think we almost had one under contract, and I think some people are good at it and they know what to say. They know how to kind of get under, dig a hole next to theirs in the sand. I don't know what they do, but we never close one. We have the best luck so far with agent outreach, low equity, or just agent outreach.
A lot of the ones we get are headed to foreclosure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Junior had sent me a lead, and unfortunately, it probably went under contract today, but the agent, I think what happened was they are building another house and they're already working with a mortgage lender on that. And it sounded like they had another sub 2 contract previously. And I guess they brought that to the lender, and the lender basically killed the deal by telling the sellers, oh, this is way too risky. You shouldn't do this, and just scared them. So anyway, she said they were expecting a full price traditional offer today anyways. But I was like, dang. That sucks.
Where was it? Where is it?
Winter Haven, Florida.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pace just did a new DTI Zoom. I gotta watch that. Basically, how to talk to the lender to help the seller with their debt to income ratio on the new house. I heard there were some good nuggets, so we need to watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the number one objection that there is.
I know I want to answer this one real quick. pre-foreclosures, trying to get my first deal. I'm not, I don't know what city you're in. Like, are you out there sweating in 105-degree weather? You could, I did a breakdown at the very beginning of this whole thing where I went on Zillow and go like anything that was built in the last 2 years. You could call on those instead of door knocking. You can call these agents for low equity. So pre-foreclosure, to me, I see deals done left and right on pre-foreclosure. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's a lot of pain. They're getting ready to lose their house and ruin their credit and all that stuff. But there are people literally not with their head in the sand. They have it listed with an agent. They need to sell, figure out the motivation, figure out what's going on, and talk to them about how, whatever Jade said, how to make the call earlier in the live. So just rewind and go back and watch how we pull the list on Zillow and how Jade would start that conversation. Look at Ronald's question. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, are you laughing about the Abilene deal?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I personally have not had any issues getting renters. Any rentals I have, I manage on my own, but Myron was laughing because we have a deal right now that is under property management, and that property manager is just like giving us and the seller hell about just everything, and it's really annoying, but we're finally getting into the property today.
So I want to break it down real quick. So it does not cash flow right now with a renter in it and property manager. The property manager is taking $100 a month to manage it. Is that right, Jade?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking $100 a month. And so I think what I remember saying is get rid of the property manager and then we'll buy it. And it took him 2 months. We had a contract sitting like out for signature for 2 months before he was able to have that conversation with the property manager. And I think just now they're out of the picture. Is that right?
On the 12th.
On the 12th. Okay, so we have a few more days till next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, that will finally be out of the picture, and it will be easier for us to do all the things that we need to do. So we're not able to get access. We weren't able to get access until today. We've had to delay closing, delay inspection. They were basically not allowing us to see inside the property. So, yes. On the other note is I have a 40-unit complex in Knoxville that we're having problems with property management, having some issues with renters, residents. It's a lower income area. So, and our property manager was not actually showing the units. They were giving the lockbox code to these tenants, to our potential tenants, to go view the unit themselves. And so our occupancy started going down, and now we're having to bring it back up. So, but we can, if you want to talk more about that, Ronald, if you have some units that you need help with getting renters, just send me a message. I'll see what I can do to help you out. What else?
Oh, nice. Cool. Angel, we might need you soon because I'm hoping that we get one in Tennessee. I think I called on one that was in Knoxville too.
Cool. Angel, send me a message on Instagram, please. Okay, Jade, what else?
I think that's all we have for today. Unless anyone has any more questions.
I'm going to market this one thing. Hold on a second. Let me see if this works. 3, 5. Well, I'm going to get a, I'm going to market our thing. Give me 1 second. Free agent outreach LOI. Go to freeloi.takeoveryourmarkets.com. Basically, we're at our 3-hour mark. And if you stuck around for the 3 hours, here's your little treat. Put your information in this little form and we'll send you an LOI. You can make it all pretty, put your logo on it, and that's how you're going to send some offers, send some LOIs out to your the agents that you talk to. Cool. If you like it, like give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a middle, like just talk to me. Let me know how it goes. Give me a thumbs down, give me a middle finger, whatever it takes. If you got value today, let us know. Talk to us. We got 25, 30 people watching. If you liked it, Robin, what's going on? If you liked it, let us know. That helps us out. Give us some feedback. Send Jade some deals. Ask us questions. How can we help you? Okay. Junior asked on Facebook, can you drop that link again? It's freeloi.takeoveryourmarkets with an S.com. It's different. It's a little bit upgraded from the one I showed earlier. So check that one out. Oh, Joe got us a thumbs up. Thank you. All right, Jade. Jade, you are awesome. Thank you so much for everything you do. Jade, how long have you been working with us? Has it been 6 months?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since like February, March, something like that.
Oh, what the heck? Carolyn started FaceTiming me. Jade has been working with us for 6 months. She started with us when we were doing basically 1 deal a month, I think. And now we're doing several deals a month with each other. And it's been amazing. Jade, are we going to do this seller finance deal wrap thing or what?
Yes. Let me follow up on that right now.
Love it.
We're buying that whole city.
I love it. Let's do it. Why not? We need to buy more stuff. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Let me get your link out there one more time. Jade.thrivemodeLLC.com. That's a form. You're going to send your leads to Jade. You're going to go to PropStream. Here's the homework. Go get PropStream or Zillow. Just look on Zillow or get PropStream. Call some agents, get some leads, send them to Jade. Jade.thrivemodeLLC. Go ahead and like open up this website and put a bookmark and just have it up at all times. Just leave it up on your computer. And at the top of that page is a 12-hour live where we did basically this whole thing just extended. We did a bunch of calls. Jade made calls. She helped coach people to make calls. Go watch that thing. What?
Yay. That's
Let's
so
go,
cool.
John. Great job, bro. That is amazing. What? It took 3 hours to send an LOI and get a contract.
That's good stuff right there.
Thank you for saying that, dude. That is amazing. That is amazing. What city is it in? Is it in Texas? Is it in Dallas?
Is it for me?
Is it Jade's next deal? That's amazing. Cool. All right, Jade. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was fun. So we'll do another one in 2 weeks.
We got a contract. I'm pumped.
Oh, not for me.
What? Minnesota? They have houses?
They have shacks.
I bet it was like a 2% interest rate. They have to hook people to live in that state. Anyway, all right, y'all. Thank you all so much for hanging out. This was amazing. If you got value, post on your Instagram or whatever. Send Jade some deals. We want to work with you. We want to make money. We want to help you. Cool?
2.9%.
I knew it.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.